Hello, Cassie Rape here, Math Coordinator of Houston County Schools. You have been chosen among the thousands of students in Houston County to help your fellow classmates because you have traits that make you an ideal candidate as a peer tutor. You are knowledgeable, well-liked, and you have a lot to offer your fellow students. The video you're making is a graduation test preview and a math coach on how to best work your assigned problem. Watch the video made by me, which admittedly will be less interesting than yours. Take notes and remember to include the important points on the video that you make. Your video will be taken professionally at school, not on a flip cam like this one is. But what you're going to use is study my video because it will be kind of like a script for you. The biggest difference is that students will want to watch your video, whereas mine might seem a little dry or boring. So, in your video, what you will do when it's time to actually film is you'll first introduce yourself, tell what school you attend and which problem you're working out from the practice test on your video. Then you will begin. Thank you so much for helping to make these videos. You really are helping our entire county to achieve at higher levels on a much harder test than students have taken before. So this is problem number 12 from the practice test. Number 12 says Maddie and Yanchika each brought a combination of gummy worms and gummy bears. They didn't buy the same amount of each type of candy, but they both ended up spending the same amount of money, $15.50. The gummy worms cost X dollars, and the gummy bears cost Y dollars. So if this X and Y, if this stands for money, that's money for gummy worms, and Y is the money for gummy bears, then this is the number of pounds. 1.25 means 1 1/4 pounds of gummy worms, and 1.75 is 1.75 of gummy bears. Okay, worms, bears. I wish we'd use W and B, but sometimes the obvious thing to do is not what they do. In any event, they give you this equation, and all they're asking you to do is write an augmented matrix equation. Okay, all an augmented matrix equation does is takes this, the 1.25 plus 1.75 equals 15.5, okay? And you remove the X and the Y, okay? If it's on this side of the equal sign, that becomes a single matrix. So 1.25, 1.75, 0.5, 2.25, okay? So the side of the equation that deals with the actual weights goes into 1, and X, the first variable goes here, the second variable goes there. Y equals, and they both have 15.5, so you just write it twice, 15.5, 15.5. There was one similar equation or similar problem like this that I've seen with peanuts and almonds. All they're asking you to do is, can you take this system and set it up so that it is a series of augmented matrices? And so, yeah, you can do that. You set the x's on top of the x's, the y's on top of the y's, x on top of the y in the variable equation, and then the constants are on the other side. So you're looking for, you'll notice that has a y there, and so that's a no. That's not it. This has 215 here. This one has a y. That's a no. Alright, it's x over y. Now you just make sure that the coefficients line up. 1.25 over 0.5, 1.75 over 2.25, x, y, b is your answer. Okay, so it's a really very easy equation, and this leads me to just kind of a point or an easy problem that I want to make about these. Sometimes I have learned that I will just go crazy trying to figure out what x and y are before I read A, B, C, D, and I realize, oh, I don't even have to do that. My advice is scan over the answers, A, B, C, D, and just make sure that it doesn't want you to stop early like this equation did. This equation did not cause you to have to finish the entire problem, in which case, don't. Move on. Save your time so that you can work the rest of the test. Okay? Good luck.